2023 Prometheus, it released in Prometheus film 2012, set in the year 2093. The film exposed the origin of the Xenomorph species and the mysterious engineers. And Alien Covenant is a direct sequel to the Prometheus and is set in 2104. This movie was released in 2017. Follows the crew of the colony ship Covenant as they discover a remote planet with a dark secret. 2122 Alien. This movie is set in 2122 but released in 1979. The original Alien introduces the Xenomorph and follows the crew of Nostromo. 2179 Aliens with an S is released in 1996, takes place in 2179. The sequel shows Ripley returning to the planet LV-426, now a human colony, only to face the Xenomorphs again. 2179 Alien 3, released in 1992. This is set in 2179. Ripley crashes on a prison planet with a new Xenomorph threat. 2379 Alien Resurrection, set in 2379. This film shows Ripley being cloned 200 years after her death and the Xenomorph being bred on her spaceship. So the film, um, this we have to do a detailed timeline and analysis of the Alien franchise, especially in connection with Ridley Scott's Prometheus and its prequel lore, and some of the intricate aspects of the series and mythos. So Prometheus 2012 is a prequel to the original Alien 1979. Starts in 2093 with the plot centering around the discovery of engineers and their connection to the human origins. The film opens with an engineer sacrificing himself to seed life on Earth, a process involving a black liquid that disintegrates his body and alters his DNA. This act is intended to explain the origins of humanity and its connection to these ancient beings. The engineers introduced in Prometheus are depicted as giant, pale, bald humanoids. They are portrayed as advanced beings who played a role in seeding life on Earth. By extension, are connected to various mythologies like gods or titans. The engineers' role in creating humanity and their subsequent plan to destroy their creation due to its failure is central to the Prometheus narrative. The concept that engineers influenced ancient civilizations and were seen as gods is a theme in Prometheus. And the idea that Jesus Christ itself might have been an engineer's experiment, but this cutoff from the film is based on an early draft of the script. It's the concept, though intriguing, is not explicitly confirmed in the final film. In the film, the black liquid is a biological weapon created by engineers intended to destroy humanity due to its perceived failure. However, the pathogen is uncontrollable and ultimately destroys the engineers themselves. In TED Talk within the film, delivered by Peter Weyland, played by Guy Pearce, showcases human advancements in various technology, including biotech, nanotech, fusion energy, and the mention of M theory is tied to the idea that multiple dimensions and quest for understanding the fundamental nature of reality. M theory is a branch of string theory, indeed posits 11 dimensions, but is more complex than simply being a master theory. So, connection to the Alien 1970 and the events of Prometheus set stage for the original Alien film, where the alien creature and its life cycle are further explored. Black liquid and the engineer's intentions are pivotal to understanding the origins of the xenomorph species seen in the Alien series. Weyland Industries timeline. The Weyland Industries is a key player in Alien Universe, made significant advancements in space exploration and technology. Their achievements include installing solar panels to create a perpetual summer on Earth and curing 99% of cancers through cybernetic enhancements. These advancements are reflected in promotional material for Weyland Industries, showcasing their role in futuristic technology and medicine. In 2024, the Japanese Operation School patents the David 25 Android model. Weyland in 2026, Weyland acquires the genetic and privacy company and NASA's Kepler mission, discovering the 4,000 biocompatible planets. In 2028, Weyland Labs invents human hypersleep technology, allowing long duration space travel. Ireland wins a patent lawsuit against euthanic operations faster than light. Travel is discovered in 2034. 2073, Weyland initiates Project Prometheus, a mission designed to explore human origins and creation, with Peter Weyland seeking eternal life. In Android models, David models, 2079 company video titled Happy Birthday David introduces David 8 model. This model represents advanced iteration of the Android series, with David 8 being a more refined and capable model. In 2073, Project Prometheus is launched with the goal of finding origins. This mission is linked to Peter Weyland's quest for immortality and Alien Covenant. Sometime after 2017, in the prologue scene of Alien Covenant, Peter Weyland tests the David 8 android at his mansion in Iceland. This scene occurs after the introduction of David 8 and before the events of Alien Covenant. providing insight into the development capabilities of the advanced Android model. This timeline reflects the events and technological advancements as depicted in Alien films and associated promotional materials. The xenomorph is a biomechanical design, fluid sexuality, and inhuman intelligence. This embodies both fear of unknown and the abject. The Nostromo is the spaceship. It's a microcosm and a crucible for human interaction under stress. It also acts as a stage for the breakdown of social order. Corporate greed as monstrous double. The true monster behind the scenes is corporate greed and dehumanizing effect of capitalism. The corporation's relentless pursuit of xenomorph as a bioweapon highlights the reduction of life to commodity, echoing fears of technological and economic systems that prioritize profit over human life. Ripley as a feminist signifier, a powerful symbol of feminist resiliency. Prometheus and Covenant as mythic origins, the engineers, the means of loneliness. The life cycle of Xenomorph as a semiotic cycle of death and rebirth. The grotesque parody of the natural cycle of death, rebirth. Reproduction process is invasive and violent, serves as unchecked, serves as a metaphor for destructive potential of unchecked life. So, perverse form of immortality, where the species survives ensured through the death of others. This is painted by these. This is the semantics. The main events of 2012 Prometheus film is discovery of star map. Dr. Elizabeth Shaw and Dr. Charlie Holloway discovered star map in Scottish Cape. This map dates back 35,000, points to the moon LV-223. This also depictions of ancient human art indicates were visited by extraterrestrials. The Prometheus mission is launched in 2091. Elizabeth Shaw, Meredith Vickers, played by Charlize Theron, Captain Yannick, David, an android played by Michael Fassbender, Milburn, Fifield are the additional crew members, and Peter Whelan himself is hiding and is on board. Arrival at LV-223 is in 2093. Discovers a massive alien structure. Inside they find the corpse of engineers in cylinders containing a black liquid, also referred to as ampoules. David secretly takes some of the black liquid to the ship, uses it to infect Holloway, then has sexual relations with Shaw. Despite her being infertile, this leads to unintended pregnancy. Milburn Fifield encounter holy alien creatures called Hammerpede, resulting in Milburn's death. Shaw experiences rapid unnatural pregnancy, uses the ship's automated surgical table to remove a squid-like creature from her abdomen. Vickers reveals she is the daughter of Peter Weyland. In his quest for immortality, he hoped to find a way to extend his life. Wakes up an engineer wakes up, awakens and decapitates David. The engineer kills Weyland and activates engineer spacecraft with his intention of using it to exterminate humanity on Earth. Captain Yannick crashes the spacecraft into the engineer ship to stop it from reaching Earth. Shaw and David escape in engineer's spacecraft. Shaw's alien offspring, which has rapidly grown, attacks the engineer. This creature, referred to as Deacon now, emerges from the ship with a head resembling human skull but distinct elongated shape. Unlike typical xenomorphs, the Deacon is somewhat mature with arms and legs and a distinctive structure. Alien Covenant 2017 movie is set in 2104 is heading towards a habitable planet called Origay 6. Daniels, played by Catherine Waterston, the widow of ship's original captain Jacob Branson, played by James Franco, Christopher Oram, played by Billy Crudup, the first officer who becomes captain. Tennessee, played by Danny McBride. Walter, played by Michael Fassbender, a newer model of David Android series. The ship is damaged by a neutrino burst, causing the crew to receive a transmission from a seemingly perfect planet for colonization. Upon investigation, they discover this planet was previously visited by David, who used the black liquid to infect and destroy all life on Earth. David reveals that he killed Shaw and used her parts for experiment. His goal is to create the perfect organism inspired by the xenomorphs. This ties back to the original aim from Prometheus, where he intended to supplant humanity with his engineered creatures. Xenomorph created from the infected crew attacks the Covenant. The crew manages to inject the xenomorph into space. Daniels and Tennessee are the sole survivors. Daniels eventually discovers that the android she believed was Walter is actually David in disguise. David had been replacing Walters and intended to use Covenant to further his experiments. The film ends with Daniels and Tennessee heading towards Orgay 6, while David, in the guise of Walter, places facehugger embryos and human embryos in cold storage. The original Alien film set in now it's the original Alien film set in 2122. They are on Nostromo, a commercial space tug. The crew is Captain Dallas, played by Tom Skerritt, Executive Officer Kane, played by John Hurt, Warrant Officer Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver, and Navigator Lambert, played by Veronica Cartwright, Engineer Brett, Harry Dean Stanton, Engineer Parker, played by Effet Koto, and our famous Android Science Officer Ash, played by Ian Holm. The Nostromo is on a return trip to Earth carrying mineral when it's diverted by a distress signal from moon known as Acheron LV-426. Upon landing on the moon, the crew discovers a alien spacecraft in the remains of a large alien space creature known as Space Jog. Inside the spacecraft, they find a large chamber containing a clutch of alien eggs. One of the egg opens and a face hugger attaches itself to Kane's face. The crew retrieves Kane back to Nostromo and the facehugger detaches on its own after some time. Kane appears to recover, but soon an alien creature later known as Xenomorph bursts from his chest during this meal. The event is one of the most iconic scenes in cinematic history. The Xenomorph grows rapidly and begins to hunt the crew. The crew attempts to search for and capture them. One by one, the crew members are killed. Ripley discovers that Dash, the science officer, is an android with orders to ensure the alien survival and prevent the crew from escaping. She takes command and initiates the ship's self-destruct sequence. The final confrontation occurs when Ripley alone is forced to eject the alien into space. He does this by luring it into the airlock and then blowing it out. Ripley and the ship's cat Jonesy are the only survivor. Ripley puts Jonesy into the ship's hypersleep chamber and prepares to enter hypersleep herself. The film ends with Ripley in hypersleep and having survived the deadly encounter with the Xenomorph. Aliens 1986 it's the year 2179, released in 1996, directed by James Cameron. Ellen Ripley returns from hypersleep and returns to Earth orbit. She discovers that her daughter has died and faces legal trouble from Weyland Yutani for Nostromo. Weyland Yutani established a colony on LV-426 now, named Hadley's Hope. The colony is gone silent, prompting Ripley to join the rescue mission. Colonel Dutton is the played by Paul Reiser, Burke Carterberg played by Paul Reiser, and Marines Hick, Michael Biehn, Hudson is played Bill Paxton, Vasquez, Janet Goldstein, and others. A synthetic bishop is also going, played by Lance Henriksen. The rescue team encounters Xenomorphs with many Marines being killed. Burke betrays the crew attempting to bring back Xenomorph specimens for profit. Ripley battles Xenomorph's Queen in an iconic scene using a power loader. The Queen is ejected into space, and Ripley, Bishop, and survivors return to hypersleep on Sulaco. The Alien 3 is released in 1992, and the year is 2179. It is set in 2179. Director is David Fincher. The Sulaco crashes on Fiorina Fury 161, a remote prison. Hicks, Bishop, and Ripley are the only sole survivors. Then Ripley is the only one with an embryo inside her. The prison in an all-male facility. A xenomorph embryo implanted in a dog matures into xenomorph and begins killing inmates. The Ripley learns about facehugger and xenomorph. To save others, she makes a deal with inmates to kill the xenomorph. The xenomorph is used, eventually destroyed with molten lead and thermal shock. Weyland Yutani sends a representative who offers to remove the embryo, but Ripley does not trust him. She leaps into molten furnace to destroy the embryo, ending her own life. Alien Romulus. The 20 years after the original Alien film, it is set in 2142. After this film's event. Alien Resurrection in 1997 is in the year 2349. It is played by Jean-Pierre Jeunet and writer is Joss Whedon. Plot is Ripley 8. Eileen Ripley is cloned and resurrected 20 years after her death. She is known as Ripley 8, the 8th successful clone with some of her original traits and memories. The cloning process also includes an alien queen, which is surgically removed from Ripley's body. The United States military is trying to attempt to breed aliens using human hosts provided by the mercenaries aboard the USM Orga. Ripley 8, along with mercenaries, try to stop this experiment. The alien queen gives birth to a human-alien hybrid. This hybrid recognizes Ripley 8 as his mother and eventually causes a breach by using its acidic blood. Ripley 8 and the surviving crew escape on the ship called Betty. The USM Orga crashes into Earth, resulting in a catastrophic explosion. Ripley is left uncertain about her future. Alien vs. Predator, the 2004 film Alien vs. Predator Requiem. These are all ancient Mesoamerica, and in present day it's predators. We don't need to really watch these movies. These are not part of the alien timelines, and they're not. They're just interaction between aliens, and they're not considered part of the alien timeline. Alien Romulus is set 20 years after the original Alien film. And director is Petty Alvarez. He's directed other horror movies and he has the blessing of both life. She believes she's eligible to wanted to find that portrait of the world. An android, Andy, who is originally found by Rain's father in a drum. He has been Rain's closest ally and protector, but undergoes significant transformation after receiving an upgrade. A member of Rain's group, Navarro, tragically becomes the host of Xenomorph K. Another member is captured, forcing the group to make difficult decisions. Taylor, a member of the group, fights alongside Rain and Rook, scientist who has sinister plans of the company, including the creation of a compound from Xenomorph parasites intended to perfect humanity. After the crew takes off in Corbel, they discover the ship's fuel has been tampered with the Romulus ship. As they enter and unfreeze the fuel, they unknowingly release a horde of facehuggers. Inside the ship, they come across half-destroyed synthetic and ash, remnant from the original alien movie. Although his chip is damaged, they manage to salvage him and unlock new areas. However, and by giving this chip to Andy, during this exploration, Navarro becomes a victim of a facehugger and is implanted with an alien embryo. The upgraded Andy realizes that if embryo hatches, it will endanger the entire group. On between his original program and a new directive, Andy decides the only way to protect the group is to kill Navarro. This decision leads to a split in the group. Meanwhile, Rain, Taylor, Andy find themselves trapped on the Romulus with time running out as the ship hurtles towards a crash landing in a ring of ice. Desperate for a solution, they come across a science lab where Rook reveals the company's true intentions. Rook explains that he has synthesized a compound from parasites found as xenomorphs, which he calls Prometheus fire. This substance is designed to rewrite human DNA, enabling them to survive the harsh conditions of the space. The compound is a miracle that could save humanity. However, these revelations come late for Navarro. Despite the best efforts to detection using heat and sound, the xenomorph senses she succumbs to the alien inside her. The group is forced to watch and Navarro rescue. Realize they are outmatched. They decide to heat bodies same temperature as humans, hoping this will go undetected to pass through the Xenomorph. Rain and Taylor are armed with guns but face a dilemma. The Xenomorph's acid blade could melt the ship's hull. As they navigate the ship, they find Kay alive but cocooned by the Xenomorph. She's in a grave condition. Only to save her is the part of a component to Mandy, putting her into prayer sleep. Just as they attempt this rescue, Taylor is grabbed by Xenomorphs, brutally ripped apart. Andy is knocked aside. Rain realizes she can't leave Andy behind. She goes back upon finding him. She replaces his the chip. However, they soon cornered big Xenomorphs. She then fires, but she thinks quickly and disables the ship's artificial gravity and shoots at Xenomorph. In the zero gravity environment, the blood just floats. This is very smart, and she's dodging and floating through the acidic blobs as Andy Rain make his way to the elevator. An elevator shaft Xenomorph closing, but Andy heroically leaves the shaft, sacrificing himself to blow the Xenomorph's place. Rain and K, barely alive, manage to escape ship just as Romulus crashes. As the survivors catch a breath, they escape the nightmare. The relief is short-lived. A final reveal shows that one of the face of managed to latch onto K. The story takes a darker turn when K, despite having been saved from the Xenomorph, begins to show signs of unnatural pregnancy. Becomes a facehugger is implanted something far more sinister, a hybrid created by the Prometheus fire. K gives birth to an egg, and within minutes the egg hatches to reveal a human-looking child with jet black eyes, eerie fusion of human and xenomorph DNA. The child grows rapidly. It's unsettling intelligence. Pure horrified realize that creature is the result of company's experiments. The situation spirals out of control. It becomes evident the creature sees itself as superior to both humans and xenomorphs. Realizing the danger, Rain decides to take matter into her own hands. She slips into a spaceport, manually overrides the cargo bay doors, including to jettison the hybrid into the void of space. She ties a rod around her suit, preparing to hold her as the vacuum of the space pulls everything out. As the cargo doors open, the hybrid child grabs onto the rope, resisting the pull of the space. Rain, using a last lift of strength, hits a barbed wire that contains acid, dissolves part of the hull, causing both her and the creature. However, the hybrid clings onto the Rain clings onto the rope, and she and the hybrid is ejected out, jettisoned out. Rain, with a suit that still attached, manages to pull herself back. She watches as the hybrid finally loses the grip and flung into the water. With immediate threat gone, reseals the ship. Rain races the ship and steering it away from the ice. She knows she's traumatized and she noticed something. One of the ship monitors shows a faint signal of indicating that the hybrid may have survived on the vacuum of space. Rain, now with only Andy by her side, contemplates her journey. She will know the company will continue and the hybrid may still be out there.